Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So this video, if you watched my Christmas bauble, the bauble that was open with a little snow scene inside and a little deer, I honestly really loved them, and I just really wanted to make something similar but on a much bigger scale. Yeah, I feel like I've made myself a model village. I absolutely love it. It is snowy, heavenly, and just about as winter wonderland as I'm gonna get this year. So I hope you love the look of this, and yeah, let's get to crafting. Everything I'm using in this DIY is right here. Now the majority of the stuff is from Poundland or the works, so I've got these really cheap from Poundland decor pieces. The tree, everything's just flimsy and floppy, so I'm going to take those all apart. I've got these absolutely gorgeous wooden houses from Hobbycraft, as well as some of these adorable branches from Hobbycraft as well. Your white paint, white glitter, everything white if you want that winter wonderland. Obviously if you want colour, go colour. I've got these lights from Poundland, they're just those wiry lights, and I've got these tiny little stags from the works. I've got these fake trees from the works, and yeah, white snow, white glitter, everything. You will need for your tools a very sharp blade. I am using a Stanley knife. You can use a craft knife, anything that works to get through the foam board. You will need a hot glue gun and all of that. So the first thing for me to do is to cut down this foam board I've got at the back into rectangles. I'm going to cut 2 or 3 and mount them on top of each other for added strength. So I have just marked out a 15" by 4" rectangle. So I'm going to cut out 2 of those and then stick them together. So just to make it a really solid base, I've cut out 1, 2, 3, and then another gradient kind of here with a bit of a lip. And then for a backdrop, I've just cut out a mountain scene. So that's pretty much going to be everything that everything sits on. But yeah, just straight lines with your knife. Forget about the raw edges, it's all going to be covered at the end. This is just going to be your set, if you like, your set build. That is the backdrop done for this little miniature winter wonderland. I have glued all of them together and put reinforced glue down there, reinforced glue across the back. This was obviously just some old foam board, but yeah, that's pretty much it. Next thing you need to do, if you're going to do anything like this using these objects, you just need to rip them apart, take them all apart, get what you need off. Do is have a play around. So I've already kind of placed these houses here like so. I've put a couple of the high trees at the back. I know I want the high trees at the back like this, the little ones maybe at the front a little bit staggered. Then I know I want my deer really at the front. I want them to kind of just like that. I absolutely love this, and I've only just placed them where I think I might want them. I love it already. The next step is for me, because I want this white, although I'm loving the colour scheme, I feel like if I don't like it white, I can put it all back as it was. I can just colour them back. But next step, paint everything white. Exposure down a little bit because it's so bright in here. I don't think people can see properly, but I've just painted these with 1 coat. I'm going to slice some holes with my Stanley knife. You can use any blade, but it probably does need to be a blade to get precision cuts into that foam. And I'm going to cut tiny little rectangles and slot these in. You can see they've all got these rectangular slots at the bottom. So I'm going to make the holes, getting ready to stick these in. This really is as good as crafting gets. You get coated in paint, you get to cut things up and stick things together and just create something completely new. Now, I'm hoping the camera will pick this up. This is my forest backdrop. They have all been stuck in. I've gone around all of the bases, reinforced them with hot glue, focus camera, just so that they don't ever move. They have been really shoved into that foam. Now I'm going to stick the houses in place, add in quite a bit of hot glue. It doesn't matter if it smudges out because the ground is going to be covered in that snow. I'm going to put some at an angle just to add some interest to the scene, and just reinforce the base with that glue. Like so. Here it is in its pretty much glued together raw state. There's still a lot to do, kind of like neaten up the edges, put all the fake snow on. Yeah, I'm loving, what do you think, guys? I'm loving the small worldiness about it. I'm absolutely loving it, and I think on a mantelpiece, or I will be putting it on my radiator cover once the lights are all on and the snow and it's glistening. Going to be absolutely fab. Right, the next step for me is just to go over everything with a coat of white. The reason I'm doing that is just to cover all of this mess at the bottom, all of that glue, these edges. Once it's been given a fresh kind of coat of white, I'm going to go over with some sparkly. I'm going to go over the bases of all of these plastic trees so that you don't see those wooden bases. Over here, zoom in for you guys. Yeah, so you can see it's still really shabby. I'm going to coat the bottom of these bases in the white paint. The next thing I'm going to do now is just cover this entire base with the fake snow, you know, that you get from Poundland or any, yeah, I've still got a bag of it here and I've still got a bag unopened. So I'm going to go around here with my hot glue, like at the feet of the trees, the feet of the deer, and just basically give it a completely snowy blanket. Then I'm going to go up to the tops of the mountains, and I'm pointing but you can't see the tops of the mountains. I'm going to coat those as well in that fake snow. At the end, I'm just going to really lightly brush the tops of the trees with PVA and then just sprinkle some glitter on, which is why I've got this sheet down. I don't want that glitter ending up anywhere bad and going down the drains and stuff. So make sure you are using your glitter responsibly. That is all the snow covered the majority of the places. I haven't put it right at the back in there because I'm not sure at the moment where the battery pack is going to go, so I just thought I'd keep that clear. But yeah, that's every little nook and cranny. And I actually used, if you are doing anything fiddly like this, I used my metal ruler. So I just poured the hot glue in here and I kind of just started getting in all those little gaps with the metal ruler, and of course it doesn't stick to the metal ruler. So yeah, so I'm really loving it so far. It's very, very snowy. I've got some Mod Podge here. I'm just gonna, oh, something sounds like it's collapsing this beside me, but I'm just gonna go over, brush the trees really, really lightly with some Mod Podge, and then I'm going to sprinkle the finest glitter over the top, just because I want the whole piece to shimmer when the lights are on and all of that. So that's my next step. I've just put the batteries into the lights from Poundland. They are this gorgeous wire, so it's going to allow me to wrap it round everything. What I'm going to do is stick it to the back of the houses first, so the houses look like they're lit up. Then I'm just going to weave it around. So the angle is a little bit hard here. I've turned the whole piece around, so we're now looking at the back of the house. I'm just going to hot glue the wire in place around the windows and put the lights in the windows, so when you're looking from the front it looks like the house is lit up. That's the theory. I'm not entirely sure it's going 100% to plan, but I'm just going to bend the wire, have a fiddle and basically move it into place like that. This is definitely the fiddliest part. I've got it at an angle, I'm trying to shove my hand in there, but it's definitely the fiddliest part. I just need to make sure they're held down for long enough for that hot glue to dry and keep that wire in place. Once the wire's in place, happy days, you can kind of move on. I'm just gonna use the edge. I know the angle's not best, guys, but it's really hard to get in here. Hopefully you'll kind of understand what I'm trying to do. But yeah, hot glue the lights onto the back of that house. Should then see the lights through the windows, which is what I want when it's dark. So here I'm just getting the wire, wrapping it around my finger a couple of times, kind of like bending it into place like so, because I don't need all of that excess wire. That's going to just stay like that. and then I can place it behind the house. I'm using the hot glue and I'm using the end of my scissors to get down there and kind of stick it on. The scissors are cold, so it's actually drying the hot glue super fast. Battery pack, I've just pulled it around the back, so I'm hot gluing it onto the back. I'm making sure that I've got access. Is it dry? Yeah, making sure I've got access to the button, the on and off button, and also I can slide the back off to change the batteries should I need to. Is that, yeah, that's fine, that's dry. So that's the front of one half. Hold on, let me adjust you. That's the front of one half. I'm just going to add lights to the right hand side, do the same again with the battery pack, and it's done. Finished piece. I really hope you love this one, as this is about as Winter Wonderland as it could possibly get. I absolutely love it, and let me know what you think. And yeah, get your glue guns out. It's just so easy to do. It's just messy, have lots of fun, cup of tea, all of that jazz. Thank you so much for watching. Do comment down below. I love hearing from you guys, you know that. And I do reply to every comment. So I will see you in my next video. Thank you so much. See you there.